G'day everyone, welcome back to my little home machine shop. So I've got a bit of a problem today. My little vertical horizontal combination mill here has got a noisy spindle. Okay, now not in the vertical spindle but in the horizontal spindle. So today's video is about let's have a little bit of a deep dive and investigate what's going on and hopefully fix the problem, and I hope it's not too serious. Let's turn the power on and I'll give you a listen to it. So for this milling machine, it actually has two electric motors. Has one up on top to run the vertical head, and it has a motor in the rear of the machine to run the horizontal spindle there. Now, I'm currently in my workshop and I've got the phase changer turned on, and I'm not sure if you can see that there now, but roughly 60 dBA in my workshop, okay? So if I turn on my horizontal milling head, now that was about 82 dB. We'll go up to the fastest speed it will go now. So what I'm trying to do is to eliminate, is it a gearbox issue or is it something else, okay? Now usually if it's a gearbox issue, fingers crossed you change gears and it should change, you know, depending on the load on the gears and that sort of thing. And this is also determined too whether they're helical cut gears or just spur cut gears. I'd say these are probably just spur gears in here without pulling the gearbox apart. Okay, so with the two levers vertically in the air here, I should have 1055. Okay, so no matter what gear I change on this thing, it is still very, very noisy. And you saw there the reading was about 82 dB as well. Let's go around the back of the machine and investigate a little bit more. But there's the spindle shaft up top. There's obviously the lay shaft where all the power gets transmitted through, or the input shaft. And we come down to the bottom here and we can see the three-phase electric motor down the bottom here. Now it becomes really apparent real quickly that you can see my belt is totally shredded. Okay, so I'll have to put a couple of new belts on this and matching belts. I'm going to try and reach around and start this machine and see if you can hear it. I've managed to jam the tripod right in the corner of my brick wall here, and I don't feel like moving this machine out for the purpose of the video. It's just I'm on my own. If I had someone to help me, I wouldn't think twice about it. So let's be a little bit Humpty Dumpty here and drop these belts off. And the reason I'm saying Humpty Dumpty is because if you look at my adjustment, I'm all the way up, okay? So there's no room there to drop that belt off anymore. So in my previous life, I was actually a motor mechanic before I went into engineering. So yeah, so the old Humpty Dumpty trick, just grab the thing here and just roll the belt off. Comes off quite easily. Now I have noticed a little bit of an oil leak. All right, you see there's a pool of oil down the bottom here of my mill. Now, from a quick glance here, while I've had you guys here with me, I'm ascertaining here that that oil leak is coming from the refill plug right here, and you can see it tracking down. Now, I do appear to have a small leak from the seal, but that doesn't look too worrisome to me. I think this, the washer here, the fibre washer's kaput, and she's leaking oil down here, so I'm not too worried about that. But while I've got you here, I've found the culprit. Okay, now I'm zoomed out as far as I can go, so I do apologise here. Okay, you can hear me turning the gearbox manually by hand. I'm wearing a lapel mic, so you should be able to hear the sound a bit closer. To me, like there's stuff all backlash in that gearbox, so I'm pretty happy that it's not the gearbox, but I know what it is. I know the culprit. You ready? Let's listen to the motor when I spin it. Or better still, let's turn it on. Haha, there's your problem. I've got a bearing gone. I would say I bet my balls that that front bearing has collapsed, okay, or it's about to collapse. So let's get this motor out of here and let's have a look at it. Now for me to get the motor out of here is going to be a little bit challenging. There's obviously 4 mounting bolts on the base, 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and there ain't no way that my little fat sausage fingers can get in there to undo those bolts. So I think the way this machine was designed was that you undo the carriage, the adjustable carriage here, and extract it out together and then remove the carriage from the motor. That's my plan of attack. Before I get too serious though, I'm going to turn that power off because yeah, I don't want my wife to come home and see me doing the funky chicken on the ground, okay? Now, I won't be able to film too much of this because the camera's in the road, but what I will do, I'll drop the 4 bolts here and show you on film, and then I'll pull it out and move it to the bench and where you guys can have a bit better look. All right, I'm just wiping some of that residual oil up. Some wiring I'll have to get off here, so look, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to turn the camera off here. The camera's really close, so I'll come back to you when I get it out on the bench. Righty, I got it out, thankfully, and all in one piece, and there was 4 wires I had to drop. You can see over here, they were bolted to the side, so I couldn't get it out. So I had to remove that, undo the 3 active and the earth wire. So as 3 phase usually has 4 wires. All right, you can run a 5th wire for 3 phase if you're pulling 240 off. Now the first thing I need to do is remove the pulley, okay, to pull this motor down today, and obviously remove the fan guard on the back, take the fan off, remove the pulley, undo the 3 bolts, and then separate it, okay, and get it out and then get those bearings off. Now before we take the pulley off, it's always a good idea to measure just how much that pulley is held on by, and that way then hopefully I won't have belt alignment issues. That's another reason why I'm leaving it attached to the carriage here, and not only that, the carriage is actually made for a really good steady work platform with it on the bench vise here, and I should be able to work on it. So yeah, that's a win there. So let's get out the digital verniers and just ascertain how much of that pulley is hanging out. And it's roughly 10.5, 10.6. All right, so I'll remember that. So 10.6 when I put it back on. The camera. Alrighty, and I've just dropped my digital Mitutoyo verniers on the ground. Sake. Broke the clip.